Welcome to this look at more new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday the 22nd of January. The mods are coming thick and fast this week and they're early today. No updates today. We'll crack straight along. On the front of this John Deere, we've got the Gorenc Grinder 600 by PolyCount, 7.07 megabytes download, 4 slots, 6 meters. On the back of it, we'll have a look at that in just a moment as well, but on the back is the Rabe EG 3/9 by Przemek, 23433, 3 megabyte download, 3 slots, 2.5 meters. I'm saying that because they're both under the same category. We come under cultivators, and just there is our Gorenc grinder, 20 grand. Options on this, we can change the main colour. That's the only choice on that. On the pictures, it does show this is front mounted on the Modhub images, so that's why I've put it on the front. So that's the first one, and that's by PolyCount. And then the Rabe EG 3/9, 12,000 to buy. We've got an option of standard tines or wide tines. That's it on that one, and that's Przemek 23433. So we're going to have a look at both of those first. Now, when you get the grinder, the Gorenc grinder, it comes already unfolded. So it does fold up for travelling down the road through gateways, narrow fences, all that kind of paraphernalia. This doesn't turn on. It is literally raise and lower and off it cultivates. I mean, that's he says. No plan survives contact with MrSealyp. We all know this. There we go. And we are cultivating. 6 meters, front mounted. So you can cultivate, and then if you want to, you can stick a seeder or something on the back. What I am concerned about, it's not showing shallow cultivation, but it's not showing these stones. For some reason, this field, which I ploughed myself, isn't showing stones, but the one up here is. So I'm just going to quickly, again, I think I did this in yesterday's mod review. Probably should have set it all up on here, just because I'm curious about the stone situation. I haven't turned stones off, I'm sure I haven't. Don't seem to be getting any. I will check my field stone settings in just a moment. But there you go, 6 meters, and when you're done, fold it up, you are good to go. Then on the back, we've got the Rabe. Drop that down. 3 meters. Slightly different look to this one as well. Now, neither of these have the option for deep or shallow cultivation. It's just cultivate. That one does say, oh no, it's on the front. I'm going to say unfold cultivate. I'm just going to do the other one. Nicely made, nicely detailed. Animations. I mean, it's one of those things you really take for granted. If you look at that back, look at those rotors, and as they're moving, you've got little bits of mud flicking up. The level of detail on that is staggeringly good. So there we go, that's the first two. Next we move on to the Rolmako by JMZ. We've got an individual one, then we've got a pack. We've got the U652, which is a disc harrow, and then we've got under cultivators the U436 pack, which has got 3 different ones, but I've got 4 out because I think, if I read it correctly, again, who knows if I read it correctly, there should be one that acts as a mulcher, I think. So, this is the first one. Like I say, all of these, all by JMZ. So the first one, the U652, 8.88 megabytes download, 6 slots, 3 meters wide. We move on to this pack here. The pack is 26.48 megabytes download. We've got 6 slots, 8 slots, and then obviously the slot count will come down because I've got the duplicates of the same. And then, what was the last one? 7 slots. And these are all 3 meters wide. Various different bits that raise and lower on these, again, like they would do in real life, but it doesn't actually have an effect on the work. And I think 1 or 2 of these has got the option for shallow and deep cultivation. But as with the JMZ stuff, always really detailed, loads going on, nicely made, etc., etc. So let's go into here we want next up then is disc harrows. So just there is the U652 9560 options on this. We got standard, or we got speed cutter. I picked that because I'm trying to think if I've seen another disc harrow with that shaped discs on before. Interesting looking things. You've got spring-loaded comb, yes or no on the back. Finger comb to the front, yes or no. And then we've got shields, yes or no. Those are our choices. 110 horsepower required for operation. So, let's jump in, start this up. So, if I'm right, we got L1 and right stick up and down, so we can raise and lower that back section. Like I say, we'll still do the same thing. If I do R1, L1, R1. Yeah, so we haven't got the option for shallow or deep cultivation on this. It comes as it is. Let's drop it down and cultivate. Now I'm going to go across a bit where we've got some stubble left behind as well. Yeah, so it's not showing a shallow cultivation, but I would be expecting stones to come up. Just bear with me a second, I'm just checking my stone settings. Yeah, my field stones are on. 'Tis a curiosity and no mistake. So let's drop this one down. I'll probably end up coming over here with all of them, won't I? Does it appear to be doing anything? I can see the depressions from the tyres, but this has already been cultivated. It's not really going to show anything much, is it? But definitely no stones coming up. I wonder why. Anyway, that's the U652. Apologies if I'm doing James here disservice here. I mean, I suppose the thing about this is with the settings for field stones on and off and that kind of stuff, and it depends what state you're going to find your fields in as well. You might have weeds, you might not, it might have stubble in, it might not. You might have previously gone over it with a plough and then you're going over it with a cultivator. So there's all different things to be looking at, I suppose, from that respect. So it may look very different to what I show anyway, regardless. Let's hook onto this. So the U436 pack. We'll have a look at all different options on this. And again, I hope I get these right, because there's a few different things going on. So we go back to our cultivators. We looked at those, so those there. Now we're in the bottom row. So U436 standard, that's the first one, 10,500. Options on this, we got light block on the back, yes or no, and then rakes, yes or no, on the back. That's it. Straightforward, standard. That should cultivate as is. This one, semi-mounted. So rather than be on the 3-point link, it's on the trailer hitch with wheels on the back, so it's not as much pressure on the rear 3-point. So we've got configuration on this standard. You've got the option for light, yes or no, so light blocks on the back. And then we've got support wheels at the front here. Now, if we go up to this option here for configuration, and I'm sure when I read this, this said under this option, the Pro Cut knife roller, that makes it into a mulcher. But as you notice, it also takes away the option to have those support wheels at the front, because that's where the knife roller is. I'm going to try it with the knife roller as well as the standard, because I'm pretty sure it said that was a mulcher. And then we've got the U436 Premium 11,800. Lights, yes or no, and then wing shares, yes or no on there. Now, as far as I can tell with this one, it looks the same as the first one, but this might be the one, we'll see when we get there. Standard. I think this is the one that gives you the option for deep or shallow cultivation, but we will check that also. Right, so we are on. So L1, right stick side to side, raise and lowers that section. Sorry, I moved too far. That section there, then up and down, raises and lowers that section. Again, true to real life, so you've got a bit of adjustment on there. Light block, I won't show light blocks on all of them, but lights and indicators on there as well. Now this one doesn't have, let me just double check. Oh, it does, this one does. Well, this is the standard. Well, there you go, there's a curiosity. So, well, maybe it wasn't then. So what's the difference in standard and premium? So we have got the option at the moment, it's saying shallow cultivation. We'll go through some stubble, because that will show us whether we are shallow cultivating or not. There we go. So you can see the shallow cultivation because it leaves that almost straw look to it. Then what we'll do is we'll raise that up, and then we will change our work mode to deep cultivation and drop it down again. Now sometimes I've had these don't trip, they don't go over straight away, but you should notice the difference. There you go, as we're going through the crop, we're not getting that stubble stuff, but we're still not getting stones either. Have stones stopped working on FS25? How bizarre. I just want to see a few stones. Is that too much to ask? We are on deep cultivation. We should be seeing stones. Oh, hang on. Was that a stone? Maybe we just haven't gone over a bit with stones. I will grab onto any stones I can find at this point. There we go. Look, stones. Not many of them, but some stones. Right, so that's the standard. Now we're going to the semi-mounted, which should do the same thing. And then with the second semi-mounted is the one I put the Pro Cut knife roller. So that should mulch, he says. Hoping beyond all hope. So, let's attach that. So I think all of these have the option for the movement of the various different bits and bobs. Does this one need to be unfolded? I'm trying to remember. Unfold cultivator, which lowers that whole section down a little bit. Then L1, right stick side to side. Yeah, we can raise and lower that section there. Again, it's the details of the windings. That animation. It seems simple and straightforward, but that's taken someone time to do. Yeah, we've got toggle work mode, shallow and deep cultivation on this one as well. We should be on shallow, or are we on deep? We'll find out now. Let's go through the crop again and have a look. So that appears to me to be deep cultivation. Let's raise that up. Change it to shallow cultivation. That's weird. What's that? Doing exactly the same thing both times. Let's try that again. Maybe it just needs to be kicked into gear. Let's try that. There we go, that's better. It's weird how that happens. Sometimes it just needs reminding, I think, what it's supposed to be doing. So shallow and deep cultivation, 3 meters on that. Now we're going to check on the mulch. So that next one should have the Pro Knife mulchy bit. I always feel, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I've said this before, when modders are passionate about whatever it is, and JMZ do a lot of the Rolmako stuff, the level of detail, and talking to the various different modders at Llama, 4D modding, I know I've spoken to about a lot of different people, Disturbed Simulations, Ross N Mods, all these guys, and when they're telling me about what they're doing to get the mod to look like real life, hundreds and hundreds of photos taken, video footage, going and looking at items of equipment with tape measures, measuring the distances, the angles, making sure everything is absolutely perfect. And the problem is, inevitably someone at some point will say, well, they all do the same thing. They're all cultivators, they're all 3 meters. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they are. But obviously the passion behind wanting to make a set of these that match real life from a modder's perspective, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because yeah, in the end, they all do the same thing. So let's try this. Have we got shallow and deep cultivation? We have on this one. This does say well, that is cultivating. So this may need to be tripped out again. I'm not so sure then about the mulch thing. It does say mulch option. Let's trip that out. So that's now saying deep cultivation. I'm not getting any difference in any of them. Let's try this again. Shallow cultivation. Right, now let's try. Is it going to mulch? No. There's no option to turn these on, is there? Fold cultivator. Unfold cultivator. Got the option for raising and lowering of that. I'm going to read this. I'm sure it said one of them. Why is that not mulching? The main advantage of the multi-function cultivator is it can be used for shallow and deep soil cultivation. Where is the one? Configurations. Pro cut knife roller, mulcher function. That's what it says. Have I been given an option for mulcher function? Doesn't seem like it. And I have got the Pro knife. I mean, maybe it is mulching, but just cultivating behind it. I mean, it seems a bit bizarre, doesn't it? Because if you're not going to see that, let's have a look at the difference. I don't know. Again, that's the problem as well. When you get different iterations into the game, and you have got cultivators, disc harrows, power harrows, subsoilers, ploughs, and then you've got deep and shallow cultivation, mulchers, cultivators that mulch, mulchers that cultivate. There are so many different ground textures. That definitely, well, maybe it is. But it is still cultivating, it is doing the job it's supposed to do. So, and then the final one, this is the premium, and also has the option for deep and shallow cultivation, so I guess we'll see with this one as well. That's it doing that. Let's raise that up. Change work mode. Try it again. Please do it on purpose just to wind me up. Let's try it again. Shallow cultivation. There we go. Kind of. Sporadically. In places. There is definitely a difference between the deep and shallow cultivation. But yeah, the mulching thing, I mean, that looks to be more mulching than... I mean, that is shallow cultivation, but... There you go. That's the pack. It will come down to whether or not you are a Rolmako aficionado, and it might be your farm, your family, you personally have used a specific one, and by giving you all the various different options, JMZ is saying, look, pick the one you want, pick the one you like. If you're not fussed, they're all there. They are all there as options. That's the Rolmako U652 and the Rolmako U436 by JMZ. Next, we've got this pack. This is the Fendt 700 Vario series by Hans. 88.86 megabytes download. We've got the Gen 6, 31 slots. We've got the Vario S4, 29 slots, and the Vario SCR, 27 slots. As you can see, I've got various different options. I tell you what, these sound phenomenal. Tons of options on these as well. As you can see, with the narrows, I mean, like properly narrow on that. Look at that. I thought I'd go for one so a bit different. This one, we've got a spread axle, so it's a wider axle. I know it's difficult to tell with that one because that's really narrow. That's a spread axle, and that's a more of a standard. And then this one, I've gone for proper big old chunky boy tyres. I'm not going to go through every single tyre option because there are a lot and there are 3 separate vehicles. There are some differences between them as well. For example, the SCR on the end here doesn't have LED light options, whereas I think the other two both do. There are a few little tweaks and changes, and in one of the settings, when we go into the Profi settings, Profi Plus, and there's various different things, that's regarding the cab. If we just jump in here and go inside, that's regarding all this. So all the bells and whistles here, there are about 6 or 7 different options which change the screen, the joystick, all the bits and bobs. Again, true to life functionality and all the stuff that the vehicles do have. It's difficult to tell, again, unless you're an expert, unless you've got every single version lined up and you're sitting and you can bounce between each one. There are differences. But again, minor, but keep it true to real life. So we're going to go up to our medium tractors. That's where you'll find them. There we go. There's a Gen 6, S4 and SCR. 138 grand for the base Gen 6. 135 grand for the base S4 and 132 grand for the SCR. Another reason why that one doesn't have the LEDs, I suppose, because it's the older version, it's cheaper, that kind of thing. All of them range from 150 to 246 horsepower. All of them have the option of a 40 kilometre per hour and a 50 kilometre per hour in each horsepowers. I'm not going to go through all of them on each one because it's the same thing. So there'll be some options, like I say, that I will bounce through. But so up there, the 714, 40 km per hour, 150 horsepower, and 50 kilometers per hour. Then we move up to the 171 horsepower in both speeds. Then 188 horsepower in both speeds. Then we've got 209, 228, and 246 horsepower in both speeds. And that's the same on all three vehicles. If I go across one more, takes me back to 150. Then we've got Wheelbrand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Friedrichstein, back to Trelleborg. Now I'm going to go through one set to show you some options. And again, on all three tractors, there are a few little changes here and there. It will come down to a tyre choice you like, a brand you like, or there might be one of the options you think, oh, I like the look of that. And there are some differences. I think the Mitas and the BKTs don't have a couple of the narrow options, the same as it usually is, I guess. So wheel weight on standards. Then we go a little bit wider with wheel weights. Then we move on to those ones there, which normally give you air pressure control and stuff off the hub so you can adjust it in the field. Then we move back to that. Then wheel weights, then that. Then we go to the proper chunky boys. Look at that. Then we go twin wheels on this one. That narrow option, which I thought was very, very cool. Then we got this one here, which puts rear twins, but it doesn't go twin narrows all the way around because it now goes to this. Narrows, but widens the width of the front axle. I don't think it has the back axle, does it? And then that one, narrow tyres 2, and then back to standard. So there's a few different options. And like I say, if we go to BKT, for example, and we go through our options, you watch, it's going to do all of them now. Maybe it was the final one that didn't. I mean, they are. I mean, I do like the look of that. That's proper stuff. Narrows. Yeah, so it doesn't have the ultra narrows on that one, or the rear twins, that kind of thing. So anyway, moving on from there, we've got design line, chrome exhaust, design line on the front. So one or both if you want to. Then back to standard. You've got the panoramic cabin Visio Plus. And then we go to the front, but the side is a door. And then we change to standard cabin with Visio Plus, which is the front. So it gives you all that view on the front there. Then back to the panorama. You've got mirrors, wide angle electric. Now on the other two versions, there are a couple of extra options on those. Back to standard. Lights default package or LEDs. Then on the back turn lights, we have got the option of halogen or LED. Then warning signs, yes and no, that's the same on each one. Then we've got beacon lights, so here we go. So beacon light, we've got left LED, right, left and right LED, and then back off again. Roof terminal, that is inside, puts an extra terminal up on the side there, yes or no. We then got settings, so this is all the stuff there, and let's say, I'm not going to zoom in or anything, but we've got power, setting +1, setting +2, Profi setting 1 and 2, Profi Plus setting 1 and 2, back to power. And that just changes a few different things within the cab with regard to screens, joystick control, buttons, that kind of stuff. Front loader attacher, again, all three. Fendt, quick, power, and then off. Then we've got main colour. Now, these didn't have metallics, interestingly enough. So you've got the Fendt Classics, so the older ones more faded, I guess. We've got the petrol blue, which I do like as an option. And I'll show you what I mean. If we go to that and then go to custom and then go to metallic, it doesn't really change anything. So you can't really do a metallic colour option on that. Then we've got the rim colour. The rim colour, I think it does, though. If we go to, let's say, Fendt Grey. So the bodywork doesn't. Let's go to that and then metallic. There you go. So you can go metallic on the wheels, but not on the bodywork. And then we've got license plate option on there too. Come off there, and we go to the S4. So engine horsepower is exactly the same in a 40 and 50 horsepower. Trelleborg, I think tyres are exactly the same choices. Pretty much, and back to Trelleborg. If we go to, let's go to Mitas. That was one that stood out to me as narrows. And back again, yeah. So you got that with wheel weights, then narrows on a wider wheel track and back again. Again, you scroll through, you'll find a tyre choice you like. Design line options are the same. Panoramic cab is the same. Now this one has got mirror base, mirror wide angle, and then wide angle electric. So an extra configuration on that one. Lights default package, halogen or LED again for our lights on the back. Warning signs the same. Beacon lights, let me just double check that. We've got left, yep, left LED, both LED. Yep, just want to double check. Right, this was different. So design designation, we've got default package or we've got special request. Changes the decal on there if you want to. Settings, again, that's inside all the power plus, Profi plus, those kind of things. Front end attaches the same. Same with the main colour, same with our rim colour, same with a license plate. Then we come out of there and we go onto the SCR. Exactly the same with our horsepowers, goes all the way up to 246 again. Let's go with Michelin this time. Just have a look through. So wheel weights wide and weights. This one doesn't come with the option for the lines, the air lines for adjustment. It just comes because this is an older tractor as well anyway, but it's a bit of a beastie. It does have the narrow tyre option, rear narrow twins, but doesn't have the narrow twins all round. There we go, back to standard. Same with design lines, same with that, same with this one. We got mirror base, wide angle electric, halogen and LED. Warning signs yes and no on the back. We've got beacon lights. Now this is where this one changes. So you've got beacon light left and right, and off. There's no LED option on your beacon lights on that one. Same thing inside, settings on Profi. Now this one doesn't have all the options. This has got Profi and Profi Plus, and that's it for inside. Front load attach is the same, and then main colour options, rim colour option, and license plate too. So there we go. But this is the bit I like. So the horn, be prepared if you're wearing headphones or something. That's a lorry horn. All tractor horns should be like that. So there you go. Rotating beacon. I didn't go for the LED one on that. Went for standard. Turn that off. Light package. And our indicators. Turn the lights off. It sounds even better inside as well. What we do have under L1 and R1, left stick side to side does the roof. Right stick side to side does the door. Right stick up and down does the rear window. That's the same on all three. Interior. What's interesting is the SCR, they do all sound slightly different. The SCR sounds like a spaceship taking off. It's wow. I'm trying to think, did I go for the electric on this one? Did I go for wides on the other? I can't remember what I went for on the different ones. I tried to go for slightly different packages. Turn the engine off on that. As I said, doors, windows, roof, all open exactly the same way. I went for the hazard squares on this as well. They do look very good. This one I think I went for LEDs on the beacons. I did. There we go. I'll let the lights on the other one. And then we'll finish off on the SCR. I think out of the three of them, I know the SCR is the older one, but I like that one. I mean, I like all of them. I think they're great, but let me just turn the lights off on that. There we go. So, finally. Actually, we'll go inside for this. Listen. That's the Enterprise coming up to warp. That's just wow! Does that not sound phenomenal? Old school rotating beacons. Same with the horn. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's phenomenal. There we go. I know I've spent ages on these, but in essence, it's three separate tractors. That's the Fendt 700 Vario series by Hans. Next, actually, you can see it's here. We'll do this one. We've got the Lizard Dragon trailer kit by GTX. This is 1.95 megabytes download and 4 slots. It's actually this. This is the Lizard Dragon from the Hutan Pantai stuff. And this is a trailer pack designed to go specifically with this. And obviously, you can use it with other things as well. It does have a rear trailer hitch, so as you can see, we have got a secondary one hitched behind it. So you can have capacity, small capacity, double capacity, or bale trailer, or pallets, or IBCs, whatever you want to put on there, like that. It's a very cool piece of kit. This you will find under trailers. Just there, 5,800, that's all. So capacity on this, we start with standard at 3,500, extension at 7,600, or bale trailer. Like that. And to be fair, it doesn't have a huge amount on for the 7,600 litre capacity either, which is quite cool. Wheel brand, we have got Continental, we have got Trelleborg, Vredestein, and back to Continental. No options within those. We've got the option for trailer hitch, yes or no. So if you want to hook other things behind it, you can. Then we've got main colour, anything on this pallet, of course. Now this didn't have metallics either, I don't think. I will double check that. I'm pretty sure. Yep, nothing changed on there. So it stays the colour it is. Then rim colour, we can go for, that's the chrome, as you can see already, the chrome rim around the outside. We go for metal all over. But then again, I think if we go for a colour, I think, there you go. You can go for metallic on the various different colours on the rims if you wish. Then there's a license plate option on there too. Very nice. So, let's hop in this. As you can see, tension straps on the bale trailer, which is kind of handy. Lights, indicators. This one's got a rear trailer hitch on it as well, so you can switch them around. Let's just detach the rear one. So, our one with capacity to it. Let's swing around a little bit so we can see. There we go. So, we've got the option of tip side left, tip side right, tip side back. There we go. Nice animation, nice sounds. And if we go tip side left, I'll show that, and then tip side right obviously is just the opposite. So, hang on, just a mo. That says tip side left. Let's try that again. Tip side right. It's just doing the back every time. Ooh. Maybe that's not supposed to be on there as an option. Or is that for this? Maybe it's for that. Yeah, it's showing that option. So the option for the actual bed of the main vehicle is what's shown for the trailer as well. Okay. That's on me. I thought it was weird. I'm thinking, why is that not opening? But yeah, I mean, it does the job. It's a trailer. Fairly inexpensive. I mean, at the end of the day, like I say, it can be towed by anything. You know, if you want to tow it with a tractor, you can. But it is designed sort of to go with this. If you do the double capacity on that and that as well, nice compact little unit for moving your stuff around. Very nice indeed. That's the Lizard Dragon trailer kit by GTX, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. And it's this. I have to say, this has got a couple of nice options too. This is the Rauch Axis H30.2 by Creative Mesh, 16.64 megabytes download, 6 slots, 42 meter spread width. This will do fertilizer only, not fertilizer and lime. Does have the option for these transport wheels when it gets put down the ground. Has the option for a ladder, but it also has the option for these lights here. Is your spreader lights. So when you turn these on, this spreads a beam nice out wide. So if you are working at night, you can see what you're doing. It's a nice touch, it's a nice feature. I like it. So let's go down to our fertilizer spreaders. That's where you find it. 33,800. So as I said, it comes like that. Support wheels. Now at the moment they're folded flat, but when you get it out, it will be in the right configuration. Spread light, yes or no? Like I say, I think the spread light is well worth it. You'll see in a moment. Then ladder, yes or no? That ladder unfolds when you open the back up to put stuff in to simulate you leaning up, cutting bags, whatever it might be. And a license plate option there as well. No colour choice or anything like that. It comes as it is in the lovely Rauch red. So, what we'll do, if I open the cover, you'll see the ladder come down. Nice little animation on that. Now you watch the lights. Look at that. Those side spread lights. That's something else, that. Look at it. Well worth having. What was it, 795 those extra lights? That's all it was? That's a no-brainer. So, spread width, we can go from 42 to 36 to 30 to 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, and back. So, loads of different options for our width. Was I right on that? 42? It was 36. Yeah. It's alright. I thought I misread it. I thought it said 38. Well, that'd be a weird option. Then off we go. Turn it on. 42 meters of fertilizing goodness. That light, oh, that's really good. Because the way that's done, that actually lights up the fertilizer as it's going out as well, so you can really see that. Very cool. Turn the lights off again. And there we go. That's the Rauch Axis H30.2 by Creative Mesh, and that is it for the mods for Wednesday, the 22nd of January. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.